Hi, so good morning, one and all. Welcome back to the channel. Let's Learn Data Science with Ashwin here. So I heartily welcome you all. Today I have brought one important question which was been asked in recent interview of Indium Software. So the question they have asked is actually based on the understanding of this question. So it is quietly same. I cannot give you the exact question, but Um, like it is 100%, I will not say, but it is 99.99%. It is the same question basically. Okay, so we need to identify the longest streak per student. So this is the table which we have. It is student ID, attendance, date, and one more column is the present. So what is the longest streak means? Now let's say student ID 1 is there. So the person was present on 1, 2, third he was absent, fourth he was present, fifth he was present. Okay. So you can see 4 and 5 are consecutive days where he is present, 1 and 2 are consecutive days when he is present, while this part 3 is not the consecutive day. So I just increase the size so that you can see, right? Similarly, if you come down to this part, so you can see that uh, ID2 is present on 1, okay, but he is absent on 2nd. Now he is again present on 3rd, on 4th, on 5th. 6th and 7th, the person is absent. So ideally, if we see, then 3 is the number consecutive days where he is continuously present, right? So this is one part which I wanted to discuss. So if you see, okay, the output over here is actually not from this table, but yeah, you can just understand it. Okay, so this is what majorly the question is all about. Hopefully, it is pretty clear. Now, let's understand the condition for this question. So, the first condition is they're asking for the consecutive days. We all know what is consecutive days, right? And the second condition is if the person is present till Friday, okay? If the person is present on Friday and the person is again present on Monday, so we consider that as a consecutive day. So we are skipping Saturday and Sunday in between because those days are basically the off days, like the weekends you can say. So if you just think it this way, then Friday to Monday. So it is one consecutive. So ignore the spelling. Ignore the spelling. Okay. So it is one consecutive. So this is one of the thing which we have to also take care of. Now, let's understand the table. Student ID is there, attendance date is there, present is there. So we all know like this column actually doesn't has that much weightage over here because we are going to seek around the people who are actually present, means where the present is true. So what we can do is we can neglect this false part. I mean we can just remove the false part and then we can proceed ahead. So let's say this way. So select all from attendance where present equals to true. So probably this table which we created now will give me something this way. So you can see all ones are basically true and 0 is false. So we got all the true values. Done. Now we put this in a CTE. Okay. Now what we can do is now we will work on the condition at this time. So the first condition is they should be consecutive. So if I want a consecutive thing, that means let's say today is Wednesday and tomorrow is Thursday. So if you minus tomorrow and today, it will be 1 basically. So all the value where we are getting 1 are known as the consecutive days. So this is the first condition. So now we will be simply working on the condition part. Okay. So select student ID, attendance, date. Now attendance date is, let's say attendance date is today's date, so I want the previous date, so I will use the lag function now. So lag over partition, because each student is having a different thing. So student id order by attendance date as previous date from CTE. Now just modify the current table. So all the previous dates are this way now. So you can see 1 is present on 1, then on 2, then directly on 5. So hopefully you are getting this point, right? Now let me explain you this way also. See, now if I just do, because some of the minds will also think that, okay, if we are only taking the consecutive days, then why not we just subtract attendance date and previous date, and we just take the number where it is 1. We could have done that, but the question tells that about this part, Friday and Monday. See, maybe 2 can be Friday, 3 can be Saturday, 4 can be Sunday, and 5th can be Monday. So ideally with that calculation, this is not consecutive, but with the condition that we have to use according to the question, it should be consecutive. So I cannot say that attendance date minus previous date, wherever it is 111, take those days, count those days, and we get the result. It is not correct. So I hope the logic is clear now. So let's move ahead. So how we will be approaching towards this question. So I created one more CT here with for the date. Now what I will do is I will put the conditions. Select student ID, okay, case when, see now the conditions are when previous date is null, then 1, when date diff of attendance date comma previous date equals to 1, then 0, when day of week of attendance date equals to 6 and date diff of attendance date comma previous date equals to 3, then also it is 0, else it is 1, and as is strict from the table CT2. Now let me explain you the condition quickly. So the first condition is if the previous date is null. So when the date is null, why, okay, let's see why the previous date is null, because we are actually starting from the calculation from 1 of January. Basically this is 1 of January 2024, right, 2024. So my date is 1. So obviously I will not consider the previous one. So from this date I will consider myself as present. So 1 is given for the present thing, okay. Means I will say not, I will say like I am present today. Let's say today it is today's date, so yes, I am present today. I am not considering the previous one, so I am starting with the new strict today, so it is 1. Now when I say attendance date and previous date, the date diff is equals to 1, means 2 minus 1. So 2nd of January minus 1st of January, when it is 1, then I am saying it is should be 0. Why 0? Because my stick is getting continued. I was present yesterday, I am present today. Now moving ahead. When the date is, when the day is Friday, so day of week is the function equals to 6. Basically we in the SQL we start say that Sunday is 1, Saturday is 7. So if you see in that direction, then Friday will be 6, right? And when the day is Friday and the difference is equals to 3, means basically Monday. So when this is the part, then again the stick is getting continued. So I am saying that when my day is 6, that means the attendance date is over here, it is 6, and when I minus with the date and if it is equals to 3, so basically that this whole thing is for Monday, this part is for Monday, then I will say yes, my stake is getting continued. Now imagine this way. This date is Thursday, this date is Friday, this date is Monday. So 100. Why? Because 1 I started new streak, 0 I am continuing my old streak, 0 I am continuing my old streak. If this three condition doesn't match, then say it as a new streak. So how the new streak would be? Now let's say after 5, again on 8 I am going for the class. So this should be my new streak because it is not the weekend, it is not the consecutive day, and it is also not null. So I will say yes, it is my new streak. So give me a mark as well. So this is what the logic is all about. If you understand this part, then you can actually crack this question. So I will show you how this table does look like now. So select all from CT3. So you can see that how does this table is looking right now, this way. So remember here it was 1, here it was 2, here it was 5. I told maybe 5 could be Monday. So now again the next date was 8. So for 8 it is coming as a new streak. Hopefully this part is now clear. So now what we will do is we will sum a streak over partition by student ID. Okay, I also need the attendance date. So let's keep it this way. Student ID order by attendance date. Okay, as I can say it as strict group because basically I'm creating a group, right? So now let me show you how does this look like. So you can see that we did a cumulative kind of thing, the running total in short if I say. So why I was actually taking 0. So now here you can understand why it was 0. So that all the ones are in the single quote, all the twos are in the single quote. So basically twos are not consecutive, twos are not consecutive. So this is how we should be dealing with basically. So now I put this again as CTE4 as and select student ID strict group count all because I want to just count right from CTE4 group by student ID strict group. So you can see now what has happened is each 2 where it was 1 is having 5 and again 2 where the stick group was valued as 2 is having 1. So basically it has inbuilt itself in different groups basically. But here is the catch. If the question says find out the maximum thing, then you can do this and one more CT you can create, or in the final CT you can take the max of C. Then you can do the group by, do the order, do the limit, and you get the maximum in each group. That part is clear. And now if I just want the maximum from this whole thing, So what I will do is I will just do this way because the question asks the maximum thing. So 1 is having 5 count, 2 is having 6 count. So order by, and this table is the longest tick. So order by longest tick, DESC, limit 1. See, so this is how we are supposed to get the solution. So I see, you can see how many times like I fall into the wrong calculation. I did all this in multiple ways actually, and I found like this is pretty easy for understanding. So I okay this solution. Okay, one more question is that this part longest streak in price trend. Now this question is again based on same type did here. What we did here, minimum things is being changed in this question, otherwise it is quite that similar over here again, but here it is increasing price. Okay 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 and again the consecutive part is also here. So okay, increasing price trend. Now let's understand what is the increasing price trend. So here it is 100 is there, 105 is there. Now take this many rows actually, 1 to 5. So when you take the rows from 1 to 5, you can see the 100 to 106 we are going. But on third it was 105, while on fourth it is 104. That means the price has been increasing. Then similarly for 2, it started with 50, 51, 54, again fallen. Till here we have the record. Increase, decrease, increase, then decreased. So we want to get the group of where we have the maximum, means for how many days it was consecutively increasing. So for this question. So the approach is quite similar, like how we did in select, select, select all. Okay. See, here I have nothing to do with the date part. Hopefully, people who are into the stock market, they know. We have nothing to do with the what here, like what was the thing in the previous date and all. I have nothing to do with that. Again, if you see the question also, I just have to deal with longest consecutive increasing trend and increasing price trend days where days where the stock price is strictly higher than the previous day's price. Your task is to identify stock with the longest such price trend. So basically, if I just take, you know, if I just take this part over here, the price part, I can easily deal with that because according to this table, the given record, the days are quite consecutive, I can see from here. If also the clumsy table, then this only one additional part we should carry forward, this part. Otherwise, nothing is required here. So I am just going to play with the price this time. So lat over partition here partition by stock ID, order by price. Okay. Uh, previous price from stock prices, which we have select all funds. So now you can see that all the prices of the previous day are this various day. What is my next step? I will be directly applying the condition this time in this table itself. So what I am going to say is that let's take the parameters first, stock ID. Now my first condition should be this way, that when I say case when greater than previous price, then 1, else 0 is it. Take everything. You have an error, MySQL error, line number 8. Okay, is 0 end is fit. End as is fit. Okay, word as we should give that one ideally, but since it is working, still I have given that. Okay. See, so the previous price, I say it as this thing. Just a moment, guys. Hello. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, her phone was off, like switched off, so I couldn't connect her. Okay, I call her right away. Okay, sorry guys, there was a urgent call from the office. So, yeah, we were discussing this part. So when price is greater than the price, put it as 1, else it should be 0. Now you will be confusing with this part, okay? If because when 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 it is null, it should be 1. Yeah, definitely when it is null, it should be 1. I do understand that. Uh, if you want, we can just change this also, not an issue. right? So wherever it is increasing, now the same logic, CTEs, okay, the same thing, select all sum is strict over partition by stock ID, order by recorded date as strict group from CTE uh, to it is, right? So it will become this way now. Let's just put it again. Okay, CT3 as select stock ID, then strict group, count all as C from CTE3, group by stock ID. Sorry guys, again got a call. Please hold for a minute. Yeah, guys. So sorry. You can just skip the video and proceed ahead whenever you are going to watch the video. Okay. So see, if I just change this, it is becoming this way. Now let me just show you a magic over here. Now see. Now see. You can see right what is happening, and also if I just show you the part, select all from CP3. See, so what we can do here is we can put a case statement. So case when is strict equals to 0, then 1. Now see, why the nulls are coming? Let me just revert back to my own previous solution, which, yeah. So so we did when is increasing 1, then 1, then 1, then 1 is 0 over partition by record date is increasing group. This is correct. So maybe it was a glitch. Okay, no, it is accurate actually. It is correct only. Sorry. Yeah, correct only. So now what will happen? Like when we did this, select all from CTE4. See this part, maximum increasing trend. So I just simply take the top ID, comma, max of as this, group by stock ID. See, okay, now let's come back to that point. If I put it as 0, where is that? If I put this as 0, 0, this as 1, see how the result is getting changed. See here, like how it is getting changed. Now, if I again remove this part also, and I just say is increasing. Now just see the result. See, so 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 this is exactly what you got with that case statement also. This is exactly what you got when it was 1 and 0, and when you were writing that case statement. So basically my goal of this is to show you whether you keep it 1 or 0. It is completely based on you, your own logic. If I put it as 1, if I put it as 0, and if I say is increasing the same day when it was null or when it was 0. So that is why I need to put when is in equals to 0, then say it as 1 and end. This part will be coming, this part. But now if I simply manipulate this itself, when price is greater than our previous day price, then put it as B1, 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 B1. So I don't need to again say this thing, right? So I can just say is increasing. See, see the same result will come again. So I think now the confusion is not there. So once you got this, order by as descending order, put limit as 1, your question is solved. You can see how many times, like we have worked on this type of solution, right? So that's all for today. Two similar question I have shown you with the similar pattern. Uh, in middle, when you can just skip that, and you can just forward the speed to reach over here. And on 29th minute or 30th minute also I got a call. Ignore them, ignore them, ignore them. Practice this, and please practice this kind of question. You will also get this type of question in Strata Scratch, I think some website is there over there. Hopefully you will like it. Please practice the question. Here is the question. I am purposely keeping it this way. You will not find of my profile. I have not uploaded that. It is firstly uploaded on YouTube so that the working can be explained pretty well this time. So thank you. Have a great. Please stay connected. Please stay connected to see more. Now the videos will be uploaded in all alternative days. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.